It's another edition of Time About the Movies, and today we're taking a look at the films that started the summer movie season of 2003. I did that again. I did it the last time, but we're starting at the start of the 2003 summer movie season. This is May 2nd, 2003. We got two big new releases to look at today, and let's not waste any more time and just go ahead and jump on into it. We'll start off with the biggest new release of the two, and that is, of course, Bryan Singer's sequel to his 2000 film, X-Men 2, X-Men United. Or, I'm sorry, X2, because X-Men 2 is just too much for this movie. We had to shorten it to make it seem cool, which, then again, probably works out better for it, but, the plot is inspired by the graphic novel God Loves, Man Kills, in which they pit the X-Men and their enemies, the Brotherhood, against the genocidal Colonel William Stryker, played by Brian Cox. He leads an assault on Professor Xavier's school to build his own version of Xavier's mutant tracking computer, Cerebro, in order to destroy every mutant on Earth. And, you know, up until we got to the most recent X-Men films, like Days of Future Past, this is probably my favorite X-Men movie of the bunch. I mean, all the problems that were in the original X-Men movie are completely fixed here. The characters all seem to have a purpose to being there. We get a lot more better character development, including people that were kind of the weakest parts of the last movie. Anna Paquin's Rogue and Halle Berry's Storm, to be exact. They went from being bland characters in the first film to becoming more likable and more necessary to the group in this particular film. And the new characters they add in here are pretty cool to watch. Brian Cox is William Stryker, Alan Cumming is Nightcrawler. He shares a close resemblance to the character in the comics Nightcrawler does, which I thought was pretty impressive that they were able to do that. The action sequences, I think, are very impressive to watch. There's a lot of great tension in these action sequences. You really didn't know at first how it was going to end or who's going to come out as the victor of this. The plot and the story are more concrete and more understandable, unlike something like Daredevil, the last Marvel movie that came out. You know what's going on, you know what's at stake, and you know why they have to stop the threat. It does run a little bit too long, in about 2 hours and 13 minutes, but then again, that's really my only major flaw with the film. And look at how long those superhero movies are nowadays. I think I heard Deadpool and Wolverine's going to be like almost 2.5 hours long, but as long as the movie is good, it's more than worth it. But like in this case, it fixes all the problems of the previous movie. All the characters seem to have a purpose this time around. The new characters offer up something new to the table. A lot of tension in the action sequences, more concentrated in storytelling compared to the first film. It really is one of the best X-Men movies, and one that I always go back to every time it's on. But X-Men 2, X-Men United, I can't recommend this one enough. If you haven't seen it, do yourself a favor and watch it, man. So with that said, let's go ahead and take a look at the last movie we have this week, and that is, of course, Disney's The Lizzie McGuire Movie. Okay, I don't remember watching the TV show as much, but how many times does Lizzie McGuire fall like that in the trailer, in the TV show? Because from the times that I watched it, I don't think she fell as many times as she does in just this one trailer alone. It's this one trailer. She falls 3 times in this trailer, and it's just like, I don't know if that was a character trait that was in the TV show. Like I said, it's been a while since I've watched it, but this is, of course, the movie version of that show, and this is the final episode of that show, pretty much. It's basically the finale of the show, told as this movie. And it's interesting because the animated character that always shows up in the TV show is in the movie, despite what this trailer tells you. It basically makes you think that the animated character that always was like Lizzie's inner thoughts was not in the movie, but she's very much in the movie, so I don't know why they decided not to include her in this trailer, but essentially, you have a story where Lizzie goes on a graduation trip to Rome. She's graduated from junior high, and it's essentially becoming a Prince and the Pauper story because she meets this guy who was part of this music group, and she's a dead ringer for his partner. And the guy decides, hey, you know what? You can be my partner, and we'll pretend like we're back together again. And of course, chaos and hilarity ensue. And I'm not going to say anything that bad about this movie, honestly, because it is what it is. If you grew up with Lizzie McGuire, if you grew up with the TV show, it fits the mold of what you're looking for here. I mean, I've talked about most TV adaptations of shows that I've liked where the movies are pretty generic and pretty forgettable, but for me personally, because I'm a fan of the shows, I still watch them, and I'm not going to say anything bad about this movie. I mean, it's not even that bad of a film, honestly. It's just there, honestly, the more I think about it. And I guess it does a good job of showing off a bigger movie a bigger episode adventure compared to the TV series. You can clearly see the budget is there. You can see that there's clearly more effort being put into it because this is the last thing that these people would do together, and it just kind of works for what it is. I mean, for a fan of the TV show, you're definitely getting your money's worth here, and I think it does become worth it in the long run. And for Hilary Duff, it's a chance to show what she can do in a leading role that she would eventually go on to have as a leading actress with a couple of movies after this. But it shows her potential as a leading actress and what you can do with her. And really, there's not much more I can really add to it, honestly. It's a film that's just like, did you watch the show? You're going to love this movie because of that. I mean, it's literally on that wavelength. I mean, there's nothing really all that bad about it in particular. It's just a film that is, it's essentially a feature-length adventure with Lizzie McGuire, and it just works on that level. Yeah, I got nothing else for you. I mean, like I said, if you like the TV show, you're going to love the movie. That's pretty much all I can say about it. Like I said, it's been a long time since I've watched Lizzie McGuire. When I watched Disney Channel back in the day when this was on, I mostly focused my attention on the animated shows, the Playhouse Disney shows, you know, Toon Disney shows, that type of stuff. I didn't really watch much of the Disney live-action series, honestly. So, other than that, though, that's pretty much all you really need to know about this. But, yeah, Lizzie McGuire movie. Like the show, you'll definitely like the movie. So with that said, that wraps up another edition of Time About the Movies. I lost my train of thought there for a second. When we meet next time, we've got 2 more movies to look at, including Eddie Murphy in the unusually successful family hit, Daddy Daycare. And you'll see what I mean when we get to that film. But we also have Renee Zellweger and Ewan McGregor in the period-style romantic comedy Down with Love, which is a sort of a love letter to the 1950s, 60s romantic comedies of the day. We'll take a look at both of those movies when we meet back here on the next episode. But until then, thank you so much for watching, and if you want to see more videos like this, please hit the plays on the next page, check out the previous episode, and also don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this on this channel. So, with that said, I'm off. I'll see you guys next time, and of course, take care.